In a world that's getting more digital, and let's be honest, a lot more deceptive, how do we even prove what's real anymore? Well, today we're going to dive into a seriously powerful tool that does exactly that.
I mean, this is the big question of our time, isn't it? With all these sophisticated AI-generated fakes popping up, our trust in what we see and hear is just crumbling. The source material for this explainer actually calls it a silent war for truth. And today, we're going to look at our best line of defense.
So, to tackle this massive problem, we first have to get our heads around a revolutionary idea from cryptography, and you'll love this, it's explained perfectly by something incredibly simple: a mailbox. Okay, so think of your public key like the mail slot on your front door. You can give out that address to anyone, anywhere in the world. They can drop letters or, encrypted data through that slot all day long. But here's the key: they can't open the box and see what's inside.
Now here's the other half of the magic: your private key. Well, that's the actual metal key that opens the box. It belongs to you, and only you. You guard this thing with your life because it's the only thing in the entire universe that can unlock the messages sent specifically to you.
So what's so cool about this is the core concept of asymmetry. What one key does, only the other key can undo. See? One locks, the other one unlocks. This simple but really powerful idea is the absolute bedrock of all modern digital security.
All right, but let's see how this builds, because this is where it gets really interesting. We can use this exact same system not just to hide messages, but to prove with total mathematical certainty who actually sent them. And this is absolutely critical in the fight against fakes. So, get this. We're going to flip the script. Instead of someone else using our public key to lock a message for us, we're going to use our private key to lock something ourselves. When we do that, we create what's called a digital signature, a totally unique, unforgeable seal that proves we are who we say we are.
But before we can sign something, we need a something to sign, right? That's where hashing comes in. A hash function takes any piece of data, a document, a photo, you name it, and it squishes it down into a unique fingerprint. And it is a one-way street. You absolutely cannot turn that hamburger back into the cow.
And this is what's just mind-blowing about it. It's called the avalanche effect. Even the tiniest, and I mean the tiniest change to the original data, creates a completely different fingerprint. There's no hiding from the math, and that makes it the perfect tool for detecting any tampering. Okay, here's how the whole shebang comes together. Step 1, you hash your message. You get that fingerprint. Step 2, you encrypt that hash with your secret private key, and boom, that's your signature. Step 3, the person who gets it uses your public key, the one everyone has, to decrypt your signature, which shows them your original hash. And finally, for the moment of truth, they hash the message themselves. If their fingerprint matches your fingerprint, it is mathematical proof that the message is from you and hasn't been touched. It's like a digital treaty seal.
So, that's the theory. But how does this powerful math actually work in the real world? Come on, let's walk through a super simple demonstration with something we're going to call the Authenticator box.
So, imagine you're a general. You've got to send a critical, can't-be-wrong message to your troops. Along with the message, you sent your digital signature, created using that exact process we just talked about.
The troops on the other end, they get the message and the signature, and they run it through their Authenticator box. What's it doing? Well, it's decrypting your signature with your public key, hashing the message all by itself, and then it compares the two fingerprints.
And they match perfectly. The box flashes a big green light. The math confirms the truth. The message is 100% authentic. The order stands.
But what if an enemy gets a hold of that message and they make a single tiny change, just one letter, from dawn to dusk? They then send that altered message on, along with your original signature, which is now totally useless. So the troops get this new message, and they run the same exact process. But remember that avalanche effect? That one little letter change created a completely different hash. The decrypted signature no longer matches the message's new fingerprint. Not even close. The Authenticator box flashes a bright red light. The math doesn't lie. It doesn't care about excuses. It has instantly detected a fake. The order is a fraud, and disaster has been averted.
You see, this simple red light, green light system is way more than just a neat trick. It has some really profound implications for how we build trust, how we think about identity, and even where power lies in this digital age.
And this, right here, is the heart of it. This tech lets us build what are called trustless systems.
We don't have to rely on blind faith in a person or a company or even a government to tell us what's true. The verification is based on cold, hard, objective proof. We trust the math.
And this leads to an incredibly powerful idea: data sovereignty. By holding their own private keys, a group like the Navajo Nation can issue its own digital credentials, things like IDs or professional licenses. And because they control the keys, no outside government, no outside authority can fake those credentials, or more importantly, take them away. It's identity that is truly self-sovereign, all locked down by pure cryptography.
So let's bring this all the way back to where we started, that escalating modern war against AI-generated deepfakes.
In a world that is just flooded with convincing fakes, this ability to create a digital signature, a mathematical proof of where something came from, this becomes our most essential weapon. It is the clearest way we have to anchor a piece of digital content to a real, verifiable source and to tell the difference between human-made truth and machine-made fiction.
Look, the technology is here. We have a tool that can give us a clear green light for truth, or a clear red light for fakes. So the final, and maybe the toughest question, it isn't about the math at all. It's about us. Are we going to build the systems and develop the habits to actually use it?